my sincere and heartfelt greetings to our Honorable Prime Minister on his 75th birthday. Dear Prime Minister, I wish you decades of great health, and I wish upon ourselves decades of great visionary leadership that you have brought to this country. This country today needs you and your vision and your leadership more than ever before. So on this special day, my hope and wish and prayer is that you continue to lead us and take this country to its rightful place in the world with your visionary and intense leadership that you have displayed so far. Thank you very much, sir. Many, many happy returns of the day again.
He is the man who has made India get respect internationally. Indians gain and get the respect that they deserve internationally. And I think this is unbelievable. 15 years ago, we would not have believed this is possible, but it has happened. And it has happened thanks to Prime Minister Modi. So I think the whole nation owes a debt of gratitude to him. His ability to get to what the Indian wants and needs, from Har Ghar Jal to the Shauchalaya scheme, and I can rattle off 20 such schemes, which in so many years of independence we never could think. But today he has made it a reality.
So in 1999, in June, I was asked by Prime Minister Vajpayee, who was the interim Prime Minister at that time, to work on his campaign, but only on his individual campaign, means brand Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So my engagement client at that time in Vajpayeeji's office were Brijesh, sadly no more, Pramod Mahajan, and then one evening, Babji, who we used to refer Mr. Vajpayee as, said, I want you to meet someone who's very interesting. I said, who? And that's how I met Mr. Modi. And Mr. Modi, if you remember, in those days was he was a Prabhari, in the sense he was an officer, or, I don't know the exact designation, but he was the bridge for the BJP. And what I realized from Prime Minister Vajpayee's affection for him was that the Prime Minister trusted his judgment in communication. Through him, I met Arun Jaitley. So a lot of people think that Arun Jaitley introduced me to Mr. Modi. No, it was reverse. And then over the years, we became close. I mean, I think we became close. And that's how it's been. So when Mr. Modi was my briefing client, I used to remember he would come occasionally to Uday Park, where I used to live in Delhi. And he would always spend time with my parents. So he would arrive at 3:45, Jaitley would finish Supreme Court, come by 4:15, और तब हमारी meeting होती थी. But what I always took away from Narendra Modi was the way he looked after, the affection he had, and the real genuine care he took when he was with my parents. And for me, that was a great attribute of a fine human being. Decisiveness, firmness, clarity, and a great spirit of nationalism. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, to my mind, represents, I would say, the finest in nationalistic and nationally driven leadership. And we've been meeting each other socially, if suppose he's coming for some inauguration or some wedding. In April this year, 2025, he was at the Republic Summit. So I was speaking, then there was Chandrababu Naidu, and then the Prime Minister. So after that, the Prime Minister gets down, comes to me, puts both his hands on my shoulder, saying, "Milte hi nahi ho. Kahan rehte ho?" I said, "Bhai, I'm traveling for Brand India like you're traveling for Brand India." And then, after many backing and forthing because of travel dates and all, then I finally met him on the 9th of June for about an hour and 50 minutes, which people tell me is the longest he's spent one-on-one with anyone. But it was again a catch-up of great significance. And I told the Prime Minister, I said, the amount of good that you've done is not known. It's not commensurate in terms of the narrative. And we had a very relaxed, it was a great conversation. He talked about how leakages in India had been stemmed. 4,40,000 crores worth of leakage has stopped. He talked about how he had created this GEMS portal, where a small family from Tamil Nadu supplied 2 thermoses to the PMO on a transparent tender, which earlier you would have to bribe 100 people. So there's a change. I said that in my speech on Brand Modi, saying that India has had renewed respect. There's a renewed vigor. There's a desire to do. And if you look at all the stuff that he has done, it is driven by Narendra Modi. And I'm not one, I don't belong or subscribe to any political ideology. But I think if we had a presidential form of government, it would still be him. The party is irrespective. And people should recognize that in the lifetime of a nation, very few people will change and will swim against the tide because they believe not in being popular, but they believe in being right. And more importantly, they believe in being righteous.